Las Vegas. International Hotel, penthouse suite, December 1970. Dim lights. Gold everywhere. Crystal chandeliers. Cigar smoke thick in the air. Elvis Presley stands 6 feet away. Gold-plated Colt .45 in his right hand. Diamonds on every finger. Hammer cocked. Barrel pointed at Bruce Lee's chest. Bruce doesn't move. Hands relaxed. Breathing steady. Eyes locked on Elvis. Not the gun. The eyes. Complete silence. 5 seconds that will decide if Bruce walks out alive or in a body bag. How did the King of Rock and the King of Kung Fu end up in this deadly standoff? 6 hours earlier, Ed Parker's office. Downtown Las Vegas. Elvis wants to meet you tonight, Ed says. Bruce drinks water. You mentioned that. I need to warn you. He's not himself lately. Bruce sets down the water. Waits. Ed Parker has known Elvis since 1960. Trained him personally. Watched him earn 7th degree black belt. Real training. Real skill. But lately something changed. Different how? Paranoid. Testing people. Last month he pulled a gun on Red West. His bodyguard said he wanted to test Red's reflexes. What happened? Red didn't move. Elvis laughed. Put the gun away. Everyone's walking on eggshells. Bruce nods. Elvis Presley. Biggest star on earth. Surrounded by yes men. Fed prescription pills by doctors who won't say no. Living where reality bent around him. Dangerous. He's obsessed with you. Ed continues. Watches your demonstrations on film. Over and over. Thinks Jeet Kune Do is revolutionary. Wants to test himself against you. Does he want to spar? I don't know. That's the problem. He's unpredictable. The pills make him erratic. 1 minute friendly. Next minute, intense. Bruce processes this. What do you need from me? Be careful. Don't embarrass him. But don't patronize him either. He'll see through it. Just be ready for anything. When? Tonight, 9 p.m. His suite. 5 hours later, Bruce walks through the hotel lobby. Past the slot machines. Past tourists. Takes the private elevator to the penthouse. 2 bodyguards meet him, pat him down. Professional. Thorough. Sonny West whispers. He's been talking about this all day. Just go with it. Whatever happens. The suite door opens. Elvis stands center. All black. Black gray pants. Black silk shirt unbuttoned. Gold chains. Gold watch. Gold rings on both hands. Hair perfect. Pomaded. Vegas Elvis. But his eyes are different. Intense. Dilated. Bruce Lee, Elvis says. Southern accent thick. The man himself, Mr. Presley. Call me Elvis. Sit. The room is massive. White carpet. Gold furniture. Full bar. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Showing the strip. But the center is cleared. Open space. Training space. Elvis smiles. Thought we could move a little. If you're up for it. Whatever you'd like. Ed says you're the real deal. Fastest he's ever seen. Hit like a truck at 135 pounds. 135. Yes. I'm 170 now. Was 200 last year, but I got back in shape. Training every day. Ed's pushing me hard. Ready for what? Elvis's smile fades. To understand what real combat looks like. Not performance. Not demonstration. Real. Bruce says nothing. Waits. Elvis walks to a wooden chair. 3 pine boards stacked on it. Watch this. He bows. Deep breath. Loud ki fills the room. HAA. His hand comes down. Breaks all 3 boards. Clean. Splinters fly. Perfect technique. He turns to Bruce. 7 years of training. 7th degree black belt. I can break boards. Perform katad. But Ed says, I do theatrical karate. Says I haven't really been tested. Don't know what I don't know. Ed is honest. Good quality in a teacher. So tell me, what don't I know? Bruce picks up an unbroken board. Holds it in one hand. Loose grip. No support. His other hand strikes. The board breaks. Clean split. He did it holding the board himself. Elvis stares. How? The board on a chair has support. Rigid structure. Energy rebounds through the breakpoint. When you hold it loosely, your hand absorbs impact. For it to break, energy transfer must be more efficient. Elvis processes this. Show me again. Bruce repeats. Same result. Elvis tries. Holds a board in one hand. Strikes with the other. The board doesn't break. Just hurts his hand. He tries again. Same result. Frustration. I can break 3 boards on support, but not one in my hand. Breaking supported boards proves force generation. Breaking unsupported boards proves force application. 2 different skills. Elvis sets down the board. Jaw tight. What else am I doing wrong? You're doing theatrical karate. Performance-oriented. Loud kawais. High chambers. Telegraphed movements. Looks impressive. But in real combat, no time for performance. Show me. Bruce takes a neutral stance. Throw a punch. Elvis squares up. Traditional karate stance. Deep. Stable. Chambers his fist at his hip. Rotates shoulders. Broadcasts the punch. Throws it. Fast. Powerful. Perfect form. Bruce isn't there. Moved 6 inches. The punch misses. Bruce's hand is at Elvis's throat. Hovering. U-chambered. Rotated. Telegraphed. I saw it coming. Had time to move. Time to counter. In a real fight, you'd be unconscious. Bruce steps back. Your technique is perfect. Form is textbook. Power is real, but you're training for demonstration, not combat. Elvis's face flushes, red, embarrassed, angry. 7 years means nothing? 7 years gave you a foundation. Now you need to build application on that foundation. Silence. Ed Parker watches from the corner. Tense. Elvis walks to the bar, pours bourbon, drinks it fast. Pours another. His hands shake slightly. Pill tremors. Adrenaline, both. Ed says you can hit from 1 inch away. Says it's impossible, but you do it. It's possible. Show me. Bruce gestures to Sonny West. Hold a pad against your chest. Sonny grabs a training pad, holds it against his sternum. 220 pounds. Solid. Bruce stands 1 inch away, fist already touching the pad, no room to wind up. Then Bruce moves. Hip rotation. Fractional. Precise. The pad compresses. Sonny's eyes go wide. He flies backward. 6 feet. Crashes into the wall. Everyone freezes. Sonny sits up, laughing. Shocked. What the hell was that? Elvis walks over. Again. On me this time. Elvis takes the pad. Holds it against his chest. Braces himself. Bruce positions 1 inch away. Ready? Elvis nods. Bruce strikes. Same result. Elvis flies backward. Crashes into the gold couch. Pad falls from his hands. He sits there, breathing hard, staring at Bruce. How is that possible? Kinetic energy transfer. Your body becomes the projectile. The pad is the medium. It's not about muscle. It's about mechanics, physics, understanding how bodies move. Elvis stands, walks to Bruce. They're face to face, 6 inches apart. I've spent 7 years, thousands of hours, built a training room, studied with masters. You just showed me I don't know anything. You know forms, tradition, discipline. That matters, but fighting is different. Chaos, unpredictability, adaptation. You can't rehearse it. Elvis's eyes are wild now. Dilated. The pills mixing with adrenaline, mixing with ego, mixing with the realization that his 7 years might be performance, not substance. He walks to a drawer, opens it. Everyone tenses. Ed Parker steps forward. Elvis pulls out the Colt .45, gold-plated, custom engraved, diamond-studded grip, walks back to Bruce. The room goes silent. Bodyguards freeze. Ed Parker's hand goes up. Stop. Bruce doesn't react. Just watches. Elvis holds the gun at his side. Ed says you're fast. Fastest he's ever seen. Says you're faster than thought. Speed is relative. You know what I've been thinking about? Elvis's voice is different now. Quiet. Intense. Almost manic. Bullets. Bullets are fast. 1,200 feet per second. Faster than any punch. Faster than any kick. Faster than any human reaction. Bruce says nothing. Elvis continues. I've been wondering, all this martial arts training, all this speed, all this power, what does it mean against a gun? Against real danger? Against something that doesn't care about your black belt, it means you survive by not being there when the trigger pulls. Elvis raises the gun, points it at Bruce's chest. Hammer cocked, finger on the trigger. Think you're faster than a bullet, Bruce? The room is dead silent. Ed Parker is pale. Bodyguards don't breathe. Bruce stands motionless, hands at his sides, eyes locked on Elvis. Not the gun, the eyes. 5 seconds of absolute silence. 5 seconds where anything could happen. 5 seconds that feel like 5 hours. Then Bruce moves. Not away from the gun. Toward it, his hand becomes a blur. Faster than Elvis's eyes can track. Bruce's left hand sweeps the gun aside, pushing the barrel away from his chest. His right hand strikes Elvis's wrist. Nerve strike. Precise. Elvis's hand goes numb. The gun falls. Bruce catches it midair with his left hand, transfers it to his right, points it at the ground. Ejects the magazine, clears the chamber. The bullet tumbles through the air. Bruce catches it in his left hand, sets the gun on the table, places the bullet next to it. The entire sequence takes 5 seconds, maybe less. Elvis stands frozen, his wrist hanging numb, his mouth open, his eyes wide, shaking. Bruce's voice is calm, clinical, cold. A weapon is only as fast as the mind behind it. Your mind telegraphed the threat before your finger moved. Your eyes gave you away. Your breathing changed. Your body tensed. I saw it all, had time to respond. Time to disarm, time to neutralize. Elvis can't speak. Bruce continues. You asked what martial arts means against a gun. It means awareness. Reading intention before action. Moving before the trigger pulls, not because you're faster than a bullet, because you're faster than the decision to fire. Elvis sinks onto the couch, still shaking, staring at his numb hand. Bruce sits next to him. The gun wasn't loaded. Elvis's head snaps up. What? No magazine. Empty chamber. I saw it when you pulled it from the drawer. Weight was wrong. Balance was off. You were testing me, not trying to kill me. Elvis's eyes fill with tears. How did you know? Because you're not a killer. You're a performer. You wanted to see if the legends were true. Wanted to know if I was really that fast. So you created a scenario, made it believable, dangerous enough to trigger real response. Elvis puts his face in his hands. I'm losing my mind. No. You're losing perspective. There's a difference. Bruce picks up the gun, hands it back to Elvis. This isn't power. This is illusion of power. Real power is control. Discipline. Knowing when to act and when to wait. You have that discipline in your music, in your performances. You need to find it in your training. Elvis takes the gun, sets it down. Ed was right about you. Ed is a good teacher. Listen to him. Trust his guidance. Stop testing yourself against others. Start testing yourself against yourself. Silence. Elvis wipes his eyes. Laughs. Broken. Relieved. I really thought I had you scared. You did. Fear is healthy. Fear keeps you sharp. I was afraid. But I don't let fear control my response. I let it inform my action. Elvis stands, extends his hand. Bruce takes it. They shake. Thank you, Elvis says. For what? For not humiliating me. For not telling everyone the King of Rock pulled an empty gun on Bruce Lee like an idiot. This stays between us. What happens in this room serves no one outside this room. Ed Parker exhales. Finally breathes. Walks over. You two are going to give me a heart attack. Elvis laughs. Real laugh this time. They talk for 2 more hours. Bruce explains Jeet Kune Do philosophy. Be like water. Absorb what is useful. Reject what is useless. Add what is specifically your own. Elvis listens. Really listens. Asks questions. Takes notes. His ego is gone. Replaced by genuine curiosity. By humility. By the realization that his 7 years of training were just the beginning, not the destination. Before Bruce leaves, Elvis asks one more question. Will you teach me? Really teach me? I don't take celebrity students. I'm not asking as Elvis Presley. I'm asking as a martial artist, who just learned how little he knows, who wants to learn more, who's willing to work. Bruce considers this. If you train with Ed, really train. No performance. No theatrics. Just pure application. I'll visit when I'm in Vegas. We'll work. But you listen to Ed. He's your teacher. I'm just a guide. Elvis nods. Deal. They shake hands again. Bruce leaves. The next 3 years, Elvis trains differently. Harder, more focused. Less performance, more substance. He calls Bruce twice. Once in 1971. Once in 1972. They meet. They train. They talk philosophy. Elvis's karate changes. Becomes more efficient. More direct. More real. In August 1977, Elvis dies. Bruce has been dead 4 years already. Gone in 1973. But among Elvis's possessions, they find a notebook. Pages of notes from conversations with Bruce Lee. Principles. Philosophies. Training methods. On the last page, one sentence. A weapon is only as fast as the mind behind it. Bruce Lee, Las Vegas, 1970. That notebook stays with Lisa Marie Presley. She keeps it private. But Ed Parker tells the story years later. The night Elvis pulled a gun on Bruce Lee. The night Bruce disarmed him in 5 seconds. The night the king learned what real speed looks like. Not from ego, not from performance. From pure, controlled, devastating precision. The story becomes legend in martial arts circles. Gets embellished. Gets changed. Gets turned into myth. But Ed Parker keeps telling the truth. The simple truth. 2 men in a room. 1 weapon. 5 seconds that changed one man's understanding of what power really means. Not the ability to threaten. The ability to control. Not the capacity for violence. The discipline to avoid it. Not speed for show. Speed for survival. Bruce Lee never spoke about it publicly. Never used it for promotion. Never bragged. Because that night wasn't about winning. It was about teaching. About showing Elvis that real mastery isn't in the weapon. It's in the wisdom to know when not to use it. 50 years later, the lesson still echoes. In dojos. In training halls. In conversations between masters and students. The night Elvis learned that a gun makes you dangerous. But control makes you powerful. That speed without wisdom is just reaction. But speed with awareness is art. That 5 seconds can teach more than 7 years. If you're humble enough to learn, if you're brave enough to admit you were wrong, if you're wise enough to know that being fast doesn't matter, being aware does. Elvis understood that night. Finally understood. And for 3 years until his death, he trained differently. Trained like Bruce taught him. With purpose. With awareness. With humility. The gun stayed in the drawer, unloaded. A reminder, not of the threat, of the lesson. That true power isn't in your hands. It's in your mind. And the fastest weapon in the world is still slower than the decision not to use it.